and you.
All right, you guys are live again. Thank you.
That went live though, didn't it?
Yeah, it is.
All right.
We were having issues.
We're back.
Okay, it's not up there yet. Okay, that's good. And do you need to play?
You're all.
Oh, we're on. Okay, we're good to go. All right, then that was actually a little false start. If you are just joining us, great to see you. My name is Caroline, and I'm just here today to help the directors of Ausmar have a conversation with you about the difficulties in the building industry at the moment, how that's affecting Ausmar, and importantly, how that's affecting you too. So, first of all, we'll say good morning to our directors. Rich.
Hello again.
Josh.
Good morning.
And Tony.
Good morning, Caroline.
All right then, so we're going to start. Where are we at? What is this the worst you've seen in the building industry?
It's the worst I've ever seen in terms of supply issues and being able to meet our time frames. It's the worst I've ever seen. Yeah, for sure.
And that's distressing. I mean, no one's having a good time, are they? Because, you know, your trades can't get workers, you can't get supply stuff, you've got unhappy clients when building finish times are blowing out.
Yeah, correct. I think, and that's an important part of what we wanted to chat about today, is it is definitely an industry-wide issue. It's not just us feeling the pain. We're all suffering the same issues.
Now, actually, you sent a letter out. I loved the letter, actually. A lot of people who might be seeing this would have read the letter, when you're very frank about your times and your blowouts and things like that. But you've had a couple of people say to you, Tony, are you guys in trouble? And this is absolutely not the case.
Absolutely the furthest from the truth. Yeah. What we wanted to do with the letter was open the lines of communication with our clients, which is what we're doing today. We just wanted to start the discussion and make ourselves accessible to our clients and chat about the issues we're currently having.
Because that's something that you have always been famous for, is the fact that you are very approachable. All three of you have, open communication with everyone. So, Josh, wait times. When the stimulus package started, so the COVID packages started, what was the wait time on a house back then?
So there's a couple of factors to that. So the land regos are a big portion of what we're seeing now. So before COVID, we were probably waiting 3 to 6 months for land registration. We're now blowing out to over 12 months in most estates. So that's added to the issue, and those deadlines aren't always being met. Obviously, with wet weather, the stages that are being released are taking a lot longer. But our build times have gone from being a normal 4-bedroom home being built in 16 weeks to blowing out to 25, 26 weeks currently.
And you understand that is actually affecting people's lives, because they might be about to be kicked out of a rental, or they might be paying rent that they just didn't factor in. And
absolutely,
yeah,
it's a horrible time. Rental shortages on the coast, rent demand is through the roof, and prices are going up as soon as the lease is broken. Like the hardship that our clients are feeling along with us at the same time is very real, and that's what today was about, was trying to communicate, hey, we do understand that we're not hitting our timelines. We do understand that it's really, really hard out there, and we're encouraging people to reach out and ask us the questions if they want to.
What's next? So, Rich, this isn't a Sunshine Coast problem though, is it?
No, it's national at least, and sounds like it's international. We don't know that for sure, but we hear there's timber shortages in the US and through Europe, and obviously what's going on over there in Europe at the moment. It's not real fun, but the supply chain across the world's been affected. It doesn't matter what industry either. We're here talking about building, construction, but you could be talking about pencil making or car manufacturing, or that everyone's struggling. It's
an interesting point though that has been made, isn't it? That if someone says, oh, your car isn't going to be ready till the middle of next year, no one seems to mind. They always seem quite proud about that. Oh, I've ordered a car, but it's not going to be here till the middle of next year. Yeah, people don't feel quite so relaxed about a house that's blowing out, do they, Tony?
No, and I can understand why too, because those people, you can order your new car if you have to wait an extra 6 weeks for it. It doesn't mean you're paying rent. So our issue at the moment, I think, with a lot of our clients is if we can't finish their home in time, like Josh just touched on then, they've got extra rent to pay, they've got somewhere else to find to live maybe. All the issues associated with that are a lot different to a car.
But you can't fix it.
We can't fix it, no. Unfortunately, we've got, a huge shortage of trades and a huge shortage of material and supply product.
What's the biggest shortage? Is it buildings and trusses? What can't you get?
It's changing pretty regularly, really. Like, there's nothing, one thing that I would say. I think to date, the frames and trusses have been the hardest thing because a factory can only build X amount of frames and trusses. We're at capacity. So we've gone to the days where we could go, oh, I need a frame and truss on this job, and it happens instantly. We don't have that anymore.
So that's interesting, isn't it? Because they are actually building as fast as they can. So it's not the supply issue necessarily in terms of how much timber that can be got. It's also about how many houses are being built around Australia because of the stimulus package.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of everything. It is 100% COVID related because COVID came along and then the stimulus package was brought in to stimulate the economy. But now we're feeling the effects of our trades and suppliers having issues with COVID and people in lockdown again and isolation. So
that's right. People are going into close contact and suddenly they can't work for a week, and that's a drama, isn't it?
You just got to look at the shops. Like the shelves are empty.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone's struggling for stuff.
Well, we add to that whole issue with the South East Queensland weather event we've just been through, and really the rain started for us probably mid-November. You know, and it's seasonal and it's pretty normal for this time of year. But put that on top of the supply issues, the COVID issues. We come back in the new year with another COVID outbreak.
Yeah.
All those things
have just piled on top of each other.
Yep.
So, Rich, hard questions. Should you guys have seen this coming?
Should we have seen it coming for the benefit of our customers? Maybe, yeah. Could we have seen it coming? Might be a different question again. We would have loved to have and predicted it and been ahead of it. And that's kind of what today's all about, is just trying to front up and show that we're trying bloody hard every day to make it happen for people.
Okay, so we're still building though, aren't we? The times have blown out, but you're still selling houses. You're still going. People are going to get their house. The time frames are just the drama.
Yeah, 100%. And like we all know, there's no better time than right now to buy anything because it's only going to go one way in the future. But we just, as long as we're setting the expectation better with our clients and we're explaining it, it's not a 16-week build anymore. It's a 25-week build. And we can't control the costs, no matter what measures we put in place. We thought we were in front of it, but we don't know until the next price rise comes how dramatic that's going to be. And
you have to build a house for the amount that you're charging someone. You can't just absorb, it doesn't matter, we'll absorb every price rise. You can only absorb so many because you actually have to keep your doors open.
Absolutely.
That's the way that's how business works.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you, so with timing now, are you nearly through your COVID builds? Where are you at? If people are coming to you today, what can they expect?
Yeah, so we're currently in Ausmar Homes, in the residential side of things, we're building majority of those homes that were pre-home builder grant now. They're on the ground now happening, which, again, is adding to that capacity that we're talking about. There's a lot of builders in the same boat. They're all building the same number of houses. So essentially the dam's full. It can't take any more water. If it does, it's got to spill out somewhere. So that's kind of where we're sitting now. And that's the reality of it.
And that's the thing, isn't it? If someone is listening to you today and saying to themselves, well, that's it, they're saying 26 weeks, that's unacceptable, I'm going somewhere else. The reality is that's what every builder is facing. The exact same shortages, the exact same staff problems, the exact same COVID problems. This is the reality of building a house in 2022 on the Sunshine Coast.
We talk often in the office about it, and it is a new reality. And it might stay for a couple of years, it might stay for 6 months, we don't know. But at the moment, build times have extended.
Yeah. But what about supply? Getting better?
There's a feeling it's getting better, yeah. It's hard to judge it day by day. We need to be looking at it month by month. But at the moment, there is a feeling that some of the trades are starting to get easier to find. For a long time we've felt like we've chased away from the building boost. and we're starting to get on the backside of that wave now. So, you know, frame and trusses have become easier. We went through roof shortages for a while, they've become easier. The tail end of the builds at the moment are a bit difficult with some of the finishing trades, and once we get through that, we're hoping we start returning to some sort of normality.
So what does the future look like? I mean, surely some of this problem is how many apprentices we've had over the last 20, 25 years. Is that improving? Are you seeing trades take on apprentices?
They do, they always do, they always seem to. I think what we're seeing right here is the Sunshine Coast had this many trades and there was always that much work and it kind of went around, and now there's that many trades plus all the new arrivals, but there's this much work. So they just cannot keep up. Everyone that moves here, you know, hopefully we're getting tradies coming in from Sydney and Melbourne and wherever, but then they'll come here and they need somewhere to live and they can't get a rental, so they build a house.
That's right. We need more trade. It's just.
But we've also had, you know, we've had over 2 years of borders shut.
Yeah.
And our industry does rely on that transient population moving to the area tradesmen.
Yeah, sure. And so hopefully that's going to get a bit better?
That's already getting a bit better,
yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay, so I'm listening to this today. My house isn't built yet. I'm hearing you. I can see that you've got, it's hard for you guys too, but I'm still mad because I want to move in. So what do you, should these people be in more frequent contact with you? Like, how do you make them feel better?
I think talking about it's the first point. If somebody is mad and they don't feel they're getting enough communication out of Ausmar, they need to touch base with us. We're happy to chat. We're not going to sugarcoat. You know, our honesty's always been a huge part of our business. All we can do is be honest and upfront and work with the client as best we possibly can.
What if when I go down to look at my house, I see that you've built a display home and I think, well, you got your display home built?
You're not going to. Our display home is following the exact same.
Is it? Okay, all right then. So
we cannot prioritise our own work over other people's. You know, in the system, that's impossible.
Right.
The same supervisors run the display homes that might be building your house. They've got the same issues. We're not going to push a tiler in front of a client to get a display home.
It's just not going to happen.
No.
Everyone's in the system at the time.
Probably the display homes have become easier because our display, you know, the villages we're going into, the whole village build program has been extended to suit everybody. So we don't have a rush on the display home.
Right, okay. All right, is there anything else that you want to say? Is there a message that you want to get out to people this morning that that I haven't got to yet?
I think it's patience and communication. For me, that's the big thing. And like Tone touched on, if you're having real troubles, give us a buzz. Talk to one of us three. We'll give you the answer. It might be the one you want to hear, but at least it'll be the answer that we're going to stand by and try and deliver on. And we can't make the issues go away like we used to be able to. We can't pick up the phone and get the plumber there the next day like we used to be able to do. And I think that's the hardest part for us three sitting here. We can't fix those issues that we used to be able to fix overnight. So it's patience, it's communication, and try and work with us, because if you work with us, it's going to make that journey a little bit better for you.
That's right, absolutely. So, but you're absolutely open to a conversation. It's business as usual. It's still a good time to buy a house. I mean, it's whatever the price is to buy a house today, whatever the wait time is today, it's going to be more down the track. So it's not. It is a good time to buy. It is a good time to build, and you will get there. It's not like supply has stopped. It's just slowed, and you're doing the best you can.
Our product hasn't changed. The quality's still exactly the same. It's just taking a bit longer.
Yeah.
I think, you know, a key message from myself was to remind everybody that Ausmar as a whole, we're all doing our best. Our staff, you know, our suppliers, everybody's doing their absolute best.
I just walked through your office out there to come in here to do this. It's buzzing. Everyone's working so hard, and that's it feels great to be in here. You're a thriving industry, a thriving business, and that hopefully you're going to get a break soon. And there's
it'll stop raining today.
Yes,
so we're building.
Right. Yeah, we're building. We are building today. All right. If you've tuned in, we're really grateful that you took the time to tune in. This really is about communication, and it's about getting your houses built as quickly as possible. So thanks very much for your time. Thanks for your time today too, boys.
Thanks, Caroline. thank you for tuning in, guys.